Hello and welcome to another edition of Unpopular Review. Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight,
Add that E in
we
there.
word out, right?
With the E.
Tonight, we are continuing to review the most wonderful show in the world. Actually, I mean, it's a really good show. But Invincible and episode 7, I love. Honestly, like this was a very, very interesting episode, and as the corniest man in the room would say, there is a lot of layers, a ton of layers. So I'm Vic. Joining me is Jack and the one and only C the Superior.
Why
So
is
let's
this
get right
right in
into
my
it.
face? This is
Yo.
like really right in my face. You see this? Like this.
Now you know
logo
how it feels. So every time we did Black Lightning, that thing was all in my face. So congratulations. It has chose you to be the new carrier.
The chosen one. How do I carry it? Boom. Let me feel like that. Like that. Boom, carrying it. Yeah, but no, I just wanted to go on what Vic was saying. This was a fun episode. I honestly, like last week we were talking like what was the best episode. And last week I said, oh, up to this point, yeah. But this episode had, to me, like a lot of stuff going on. There was so much going on. I can't wait to break down every little or each scene that we can. The important scenes anyway, because we'll be here all night going through each and every scene. But I can't wait to go through it. But this was a fun episode. A very, very fun episode.
Yeah, it was really busy. Like it was action packed. Even it was just a lot going on. But when the episode opens up, where in the bed, mom's waking up, she leans over to the side, and Omni-Man is not beside her, right? And if you remember from the last episode, he was so pissed off at her accusations that he punched a hole in the wall. Didn't come to bed. So she wakes up, goes downstairs. She sees the hole that he has put in the wall. And just imagine how traumatizing that is, because that could have easily been her face.
Yep.
But she confronts him again. He doesn't deny it. He says that, oh, yeah, I did it, but I have my reasons. I wanted to tell you. But she's like, bro, you still ain't telling me. So what's up? And still, he gave nothing away. And she told him, get the hell out of my house. So he flies off in a very passive aggressive way. He's like, we'll talk later or something like that.
I'm sorry. I just want to talk because that scene was hilarious. Because even when he floats in the air, right? He's flying in the air and he says, we'll talk about this later. And but she still has this she knows she's human. She doesn't stand a chance against this alien. He's technically an alien, right? And but she's still holding her ground. She's like, no, get out, dude. You're not telling me. You're not telling me nothing. You keep saying I wanted to tell you. I wanted to do this and that. It's like, dude, you have a great mustache. Cool.
But if you wanted to tell me, then tell me, bro. No one's stopping you but you.
He's just sitting there waiting for her to say, oh, no, it's all right. It's all right. Bullshit.
Right.
Get out of here.
And I think in this scene, if I could just add this real quick, I think he thinks he could still manipulate her because that's what he's been doing each and every episode. He was able to get away with that by saying, because even when he says something about, if you can just trust me, we'll be okay. Like, what? Like, who are you? What are you, Uncle Sam? What do you mean, just trust me? But go on.
Yep, exactly. It was that whole situation was incredible. Just to see how ballsy she was, honestly. She knows him. She knows him well. She knows him very well. And, the fact that
not enough.
I mean, no. But at the same, what I'm trying to say is that she knows how to get under his skin. You know what I'm saying? And she was clearly able to do that. And, unfortunately, she still didn't get the information that she wanted out of him.
No.
And she has to go through all of the measures that she goes through to learn the truth, which is unfortunate.
Right. So then after he leaves, there's this what's it called? What's the name of this agency? Cecil's people. They come and tell her look, you gotta come with me.
Right.
We'll call him Wish Shield.
Wish Shield. Yeah, they come. They're like, look, you gotta come with me, girl. It's for your own safety. She gets there. We're flashed to where Mark and William and Amber, they're finally returning back from their college little tour. And of course, Amber is still pissed off. She's like, bruh, I still don't trust you. I still don't, you're supposed to be my man. Where were you? Right. And he is so apologetic in the car, but she's not trying to hear it. She gets out the car and he proceeds to follow her. And at the door, he's basically just 2 seconds away from telling her he's invincible. and she closed the door on him. She's not feeling it. So he's left no choice but to reveal himself in a different manner. So he goes up to her room. This is sounding worse than what it really is in the show.
I know it do sound bad. Yeah.
The way it's coming out.
I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's nothing too crazy going on yet, but there is some weird stuff that happens later that I'm going to bring up later. But anyway, he shows up as Invincible in her room, and she is shockingly unimpressed. She's like, bruh, I already knew you were a superhero at this point. I'm smart. But it was the point that you didn't trust me to even tell me. And I don't know if I'm down with that argument from her, because it's literally a secret identity.
No, I'm sorry. I mean, because you're doing a great job with everything. No, like, and I don't hate Amber. She had a reason why she was upset. I get that. But like you said, secret identity. What are you talking about? Like, at this point,
you know what, though?
Go ahead.
Honestly, though, it was 5 months.
No. He's risking his life to save people. He figured if I tell her, she could be at risk. It's okay, fine. You could talk about, it's a outdated method of being like, oh, look, I'm a superhero. I need to keep my secret identity. Like, okay, he didn't do the Iron Man thing when he goes to say, and I am Iron Man. No, he didn't do that. He tried to do everything. He tried to do everything by the books. He showed he cared about this woman. He did everything he could because he knew he messed up, but he's like, look, I'm invincible. This is why I didn't do it. At this point, I'm saying, what could he do to please her? And when she says, get out, fly boy, which was disrespectful, by the way, because that's not his name. It's Invincible. And I know it's Invincible because every time as they get ready to say it, they put the title and there's more blood on Invincible. So that's how I know his name is Invincible. But she disrespect him, say, get out. And you know what? These great value Kryptonians are very nice because he just left. I mean, he could have, I won't go that far, but he could have obviously said no.
He's not his dad, okay? He's not about to be his dad.
Yeah. Thank God, and that could be terrible.
Yeah, I couldn't get behind her argument on that. I usually tend to side with the women, but she was out of line. But anyway, so then we are flashed to, I believe, when Cecil and Mom was talking about, we already know. First of all, as soon as she saw Cecil, she was like, Omni-Man killed the Righteous League, right? She spilled all the beans. But of course, Cecil already knew. He was like, I know.
Going to the galaxy. Yeah.
We've been
I said going to the galaxy. I'm mixing them up. But go ahead.
We've been working on a plan to get rid of him. And she's like, you're not going to kill him, right? But they can't kill this man. It's like he is Invincible himself. I thought Invincible was invincible, but Omni-Man is the true Invincible.
He's Superman with a mustache. You're not getting rid of him.
Facts. A mustache and kids. Or a child. So.
Well, Superman had kids, but right. I get you.
Oh, yeah, but are we talking about the CW?
We'll get there.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway. So. She's with Cecil. She spills the beans on him. Then this is the most interesting part of the episode for me, at least. We are flashed to where the two blue twins are, right? Mm-hmm. And Robot, he comes out. He's in like this big truck thing. He comes out, and behind him is like this weird little man in like a machine, like in a goo machine, and it's like he's barely formed. It looks like almost like
he looked like
a fetus.
He looked like I can't think of this thing. I think his name was Krang from like the Ninja Turtle. Yes. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, good. No, he looked like Krang from the Ninja Turtles. It was the thing he was paying. I'll get the turtles. He make these turtle voice names and whatever. That's what I got out of it. And it was always funny because when they took him out the thing, eventually when they take him out, oh look, it's Christopher. Hey, Christopher. But every time they took him out and they put him on something or whatever, he just sounded like wet meat, and that's why I always like chuckled. I don't know why. And when I say wet meat, I mean like food and stuff, because that could whatever. But my point is, but it was just comical. Like, yeah, I get what you mean, because like as I was rewatching this, I was sitting there saying like, and it's funny because these blue creatures, right? They're not like attractive creatures either, but they're like, oh, disgusting. I'm like, that's a lot.
Yeah. So he comes out and he's like, look, what's up with the body? Like, you know, you had this together for a minute. Is it ready? Like, and they're like, well, are we going to discuss payment, my guy? Like, we've been putting in the work and you ain't talk about the funds. So he's like, all right, I got you. He pulls out this like little, I don't even know what it is.
It was like a hologram. It was like a hologram.
Yeah, it was like a hologram thing of the neck thing.
Yeah, and he's like saying, with this, you can control anyone or something along those lines, right? Mm-hmm. And he gives them this little piece, I believe, to be implanted in his body. Because the first thing he did when he pulled up on the new body, he scanned it. Because he said, I already know what kind of people you guys are. Let me scan it. And of course, they filled it with like some, like, you know, little bits of technology where they could possibly be in control of his new body. But of course, Robot, he knew what the game was. He found it. He said, look, take those out and we can get this popping, right? So they take it out. And after this, we are flashed to
wait. Do not omit the neurotransmitter that they put in the back of his neck. That is a key point. Do not omit that. Do not omit that. That is very, very important.
So
the technology is incredible.
They put in this neurotransmitter, and as Vic has said, it does come into play a little later in the episode. So keep that in mind.
This part. That's the part. That's what they put in.
It's
right in the back of his neck. That's it. That's what that is.
Okay, then let's get into it. So they put in the transmitter, and at that point, the body's pretty much ready to go. He's like, yo, let's get this popping. They put both of the bodies. We got the fetus body and we got the new Rex body, right? They start the they start to try to transfer the brains, and they let the fetus robot know, like, look, it ain't about to be you in there. It's just like a duplicate of your mind, pretty much. So just keep that in mind when we do this. And he's ready to do it. Like, he's already made his decision. The air hurts him when he breathes. He's done with this life. So things go wrong because he's a genius. Like they said, the neurons they can't go through these thick neurons of his, right? So they kind of like MacGyver their way into it working. And the clone comes alive. And of course, it's a little baby Rex. And at that point, the fetus one is still alive, but he's like, you know, let me die.
Exactly like that. That's really what he said.
It's what I want. So
it's my time.
Yeah.
I like how she's calling him a fetus. Like, that's hilarious.
Whatever he did. And then it was giving Young Boy. Remember from Black Lightning when Young Boy died and he was telling Lightning, light up the world.
Which you can catch in the archives if you're watching UPRE. Yes, you can catch the Black
Lightning. Check out Black Lightning.
The last season of Black Lightning. God, I miss doing that with you guys. That was fun. But yes. He
left him with some parting words. And it was at that point that clone robot, you know, he's like, okay, thanks for the body. Now it's time to go back to jail, talking to the two blue guys. And they're like, oh, this little teenager. And this is when it starts to get questionable for me, right?
Right.
Because he says, keep this in mind for later. He says he's not a teenager. He's a 30-year-old man.
Yes.
In a teenage body. So remember that when we talk about something later. So he starts.
I don't even want to go down that rabbit hole.
We are going to talk about it. So he starts fighting with the blue guys. They lose. He had to pull out the big guns, but they lose. And it was at this point that Omni-Man is practicing in who knows where, talking about what he's going to say to Mark, because he's like, look,
he's in like Antarctica or something like that. Yeah, because he was like in the mountains doing that. Yeah,
solitude.
Yeah, the force. Yeah, there we go. He was really doing the Superman impression because he was sitting there going like, Mark, I know that you don't know everything going on, and I'm not gonna credit I'm at J.K. Simmons because he does such a great job. Like, he really brings Omni-Man to life. Like, when you hear his voice, he just does such a great job. I just wanted to say that. But right, he's in the mountains, he's talking, he's trying to figure out the right words. I mean, and what happens? Because I feel like we're all over the place. But what goes on next after when he does all this?
So after he's like, okay, well, what am I doing? Right? He goes home, and that's when he sees the crew. The shield is in his house. Like, they try to put the invisible thing on, but he's Omni-Man, so that ain't no problem. He starts wrecking everybody, like literally gruesome, the most gruesome cartoon deaths you ever want to see, like guts, guns going through heads and faces, and it was just really gross and disgusting. But one shield agent he threw out into the street, right?
That was
and
a girl,
genius. I feel bad because she's passing away at this point, but she reaches out for help, and she's literally at the freaking steakhouse that they've been, and he puts 2 and 2 together, and he's like, oh, okay, that's what they've been. So he goes in there, and he sees none other than, what's his name?
Donald.
Oh,
no, he looked like Joker a little bit.
If you don't know who Donald is, he's the chubby one with the glasses, like Cecil's right-hand man. And so he starts to pretty much take them out, and Donald's like, it's been a pleasure serving you, or something like that. And Omni's like, who are you talking to, right? Seconds later, the house explodes. Mm-hmm. And so Mom is watching it through the back at shield, right? And she's like, oh, she's scared. But she's like, at best, we can knock him out for an hour with this, even after evacuating the whole city. But the smoke dissipates, and Omni-Man is not a scratch on him. He's perfectly fine. He's just more mad at this point.
Isn't that so scary though? Like, isn't that scary? Because like there's been this thing floating around on the internet for years or whatever, but it was like almost like, what if Superman went bloodthirsty? So you have this bloodthirsty superhero running around, you're giving them your best shots. Like, they blew up a whole damn house. Mm-hmm. And meanwhile, this guy's standing there, barely a scratch, and now he's looking for, where is Cecil? Where is, because eventually in the episode, I don't want to jump too far ahead, but eventually Cecil said, yeah, if we don't get him, where do you think he's coming next?
Right.
So like,
right to us.
There's a sense of urgency here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We gotta eliminate him. And I think Debbie, there's still, because they've been married for 20 years, so there's obviously that's still that love there, because she's even like, is that going to kill him? Even though knowing we need to kill him, because like, if we don't kill him, he's killing us. That's really what it is. So
they really go on this. He goes on this mission to find Mark, and it's very, you can, like Jack said, there's this sense of urgency, because they are throwing everything at this man, like nuclear bombs and stuff from like space.
Yeah, I was gonna say they mentioned some out of space. Yeah,
and the amount of deaths they had trying to kill this one man, like all the birds was like out the sky, falling out the sky. So it's a great line from the episode. Yes.
Yep. Cecil said that. Good job.
So he's invincible. Like I said, the name of he should have been Invincible. That's his name. But it was also at this point that Cecil tells the new Guardians, like, look, I need you on call, because just in case Omni-Man starts, just in case we need you against Omni-Man. And they're like, what, against Omni-Man, right?
They are Rex. I know we don't curse here, but he is crapping out with the gluteum maximus, because he's like, we're gonna fight Omni-Man. And he even noticed they looked at the blood and said, that's probably what happened to the previous Guardians.
Facts.
And they see the blood, and it's already like, well, if these guys couldn't take him out,
how in the heck, right?
Yeah, because it's pretty much, and just to jump a little, it's almost like pretty much if Superman went wild. I know I keep mentioning Superman because this is really who it is. It's Superman with a mustache, but it's Superman, but image the Young Justice or Teen Titans, and they're like, hey, look, Superman killed the Justice League. Now you're talking Robin and his little friends. They're like, hey, look, we might need you to take on Superman. Robin's like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. There's no way. And it was, I think we skipped it, but there was a part in the episode when they welcome back Monster Girl from the hospital. Like, she has this welcome back party or whatever. And I thought it was a little shady that, what's her name? Starfire didn't show up at that point. I'm like, hold on, this is still, even though you're not a part of the group anymore.
Adam Eve?
Yes. So the fact that she didn't show up to this person's like welcome home, thank God you didn't die in the hospital party, was shady. But anyway, it was during later in the episode that Rex Robot shows up, and he shows up in his new and improved Baby Rex form, right? And of course, Rex has some questions. He's like, who the heck are you? Yada, yada, yada. And Baby Robot, he tells him like, look, you know, the robot doesn't actually know, or like I've just been controlling them, but I'm actually a human, and I have this new body now. And Rex is like, how come you look like me, right? And he doesn't say immediately, but I think Monster Girl puts it together. She did it for him. He did it for her.
For her, yeah.
And he mentioned that he wanted to be that age because she's at that age, and he wants to like set her free or something, or find a way to help her. But it's not giving what they said it's supposed to give, because he's a 30-year-old man, and he finds himself attracted to the physical form of a 12-year-old, or however old she's supposed to be. It's not giving. Somebody needs to mention it. I'm mentioning it. I do not approve of this little romance that they're trying to build here. But anyway, so
hilarious. That's hilarious.
It's the truth, man. So
because here's the thing, like she's 24. Mm-hmm. So her problem is that every time she turns into the monster, she gets younger and younger. Right. So the thing is, that's why she looks like a little kid. Yes. So now the thing is that the guy robot, he likes her, just her. I don't think that whole thing is that he's attracted to a little girl. Like, I understand why you would have that perspective, and like how it just looks out on the outside looking in. But like, she's 24 and he's 24. 30.
But she looks like a 12-year-old. He's only ever known her in that form. And it's not like they've had like these, you know, moments of connection outside of the hospital. It's like, what are you attracted to here, guy? This 12-year-old body? Is that what it is? Because it's definitely not the character. They've had no conversations.
I think he likes her personality. But because he went extra hard for all of that. You know what I mean? Like to just be attracted to somebody, wow. You know, to do all that robot did for her, like, it's a lot.
He has an issue. We need to call To Catch a Predator, because this guy is weird. I'm telling you. So, so anyway, Omni-Man. Oh no, back at the Blue, right?
I agree.
He was. I should have went to comment. Being trapped. Yes, but it shouldn't form itself into this romantic undertone that they're trying to give. Like, they even have, you know, them holding hands at one point in the episode. It's like, it's not, why are we getting these like little romantic little crumbs when it's a 12-year-old body and this 30-year-old man who's also now in this like 12-year-old body? It's weird, man. If he has this, you know, this common, he feels a sense of I guess camaraderie with her, because they both struggle with not being in the form that they want to be, right? I guess. Let it be that then. Don't be trying to like put this little romance in here. That's weird. But anyway, so
move on.
So yeah, the Blue guys end up using that little necklace thing that mind controls people to bring back, what was that guy's name? Shazam. But you know, he has a real name. What's his name?
Oh, it's Immortal. His name is Immortal.
Yes. So the way that they brought him back, I thought that was really cool, because you got to see like his past lives and calling to him.
That was kind of hilarious, because you see different things. I didn't mean to cut you off. I do apologize. But it was hilarious because they showed all these different things. But they showed the thing about Abraham Lincoln. So I was like, oh, so you could have kind of prevented that and you chose not to. You know, because I think they just showed like Abraham Lincoln, unless he was the shooter. I don't know.
I didn't know which one. Was he supposed to be Abraham Lincoln? Was he supposed to be the shooter? Like, it wasn't.
Okay, so it wasn't just me. I just thought, okay. Cool.
Yeah, it wasn't clear. I wasn't sure which former life he was.
Because everything else they showed, like they showed one with him like in his old costume. I don't know how long, like, you know, the time frame, whatever. Yeah, and stuff like that. So that's why I was like, when they showed the Abraham Lincoln, I was kind of like, wait, what?
Like, what's going on? What are you trying to tell me here?
Well, they're saying, okay, we got here. They said no, Immortal was Abraham. Oh, he was.
Oh, he was.
Abraham Lincoln shooter. That would be quite a movie. Yeah, maybe so. I agree. And hey, Nick, I see you. Hi, Nick.
So he brings him back to life. And when he woke up, I don't know if you guys got the same feeling, but he looked like Wolverine when he woke up. I was like, this is giving Wolverine, right?
I actually thought of myself when I'm running late for work, but I get you.
So meanwhile, Mark is chatting with Adam Eve because he was originally trying to find some peace with William, but William was being too
I
real
can't
with
stand
him.
William. I'm sorry.
William was giving it to him like he needed to give it to him. He was telling him the facts, look, you were a shitty boyfriend.
No, William was a total jerk. This guy just had a rough. He was a jerk. Like, look, I get it. He probably should have told Amber, like, hey, look, I'm invincible and stuff. But I get that. 5 months, he's not married to the woman. You know, like, he's not married to her. He's trying to, like, balance both, and he's doing a bad job. He's doing the best he can.
Hold on, wait a minute.
I need a minute. Hold on, I need a minute because I couldn't wait to talk bad about William because William pissed me off here. So if I go through a breakup, which I've gone through a lot, but my point is, you know, you go to someone and look, you tell them, hey, you're wrong. But here's this guy wasting a cheeseburger. By the way, he's wasting a cheeseburger. I know that's not important, but that's important to me because who wastes cheeseburgers? And he's like, yeah, well, you know, by the way, you could have saved my man if we came here in time. Meanwhile, this guy's already going through this moment where he's like, do I want to be a superhero? My girlfriend just broke up with me. I don't know. William was kind of a, okay, right, we can't curse. He was a donkey.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
I don't know.
Here's the thing. My whole thing, the only reason why I understand Amber and her actions and why he would even say that anybody even say that he messed it up is because he was sitting there at the college telling her, listen, let's go here together. Let's make plans to be together. Let's look at this relationship like it's going somewhere. Okay. Mm-hmm. We're not just playing around. We're not just making out. We're not just hanging out. We're going to build a relationship, right? So in a situation like that, I should know you should be brutally honest with me. You should be brutally honest with everything about you at this point, especially if you're making future plans with me.
Right.
You know what I mean? Therefore, like I completely understand why she was upset, and he doesn't necessarily understand it. He only thinks it's the fact of the secret identity. I understand the secret identity.
I'm raising my
hand. Listen, don't sit here and be on some like, hey, come and you possibly change your future plans for me to be with me.
On it.
I'm raising my hand because you know what? This is why it's great to have like an engaged man on this show because this guy broke it down. I mean, I felt very educated. Good job, Vic.
So yeah, it was just it was a lot going on. So yeah. Omni-Man is fighting this alien thing that they brought back to life. Not only that, he was also fighting those reanimated corpses that were brought back using the technology from the last episode with that weirdo Mandar / Penguin guy. And so he takes them out, but he's having struggles with this alien octopus. And as the octopus is about to take him into his mouth and kill him, that's when Invincible sees him. He's like, dead. And he like rescues him from death at that point. And of course he thinks he's doing the right thing, but everyone else is like, oh, he's messing it up.
That's exactly what Cecil was saying. Like, darn it, Mark. What are you doing? He's already.
So they were struggling, and Mom is like, yo, help him. And Cecil's like, you know, at this point, we don't even know if they're in collaboration. There's nothing I can do. We just got to see let the chips fall where they may, right?
Right.
And as they're fighting the alien octopus, what's his name? Immortal flies up because he's like, you know, out for blood. He's like, oh, where's Omni-Man?
Omni-Man, you jerk!
Right, you betrayed us.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, he just goes into him like a train at full speed. They're fighting in the air, and you know, what's his name? Immortal is getting his punches.
Giving him the works.
Yes, he's putting in the work.
Yeah.
But of course,
he clocked in for work tonight.
This is Omni-Man, like he's a Kryptonian. so he's not doing everything he needs to do in order to win this fight, unfortunately. And he gets literally his guts punched out. And even as he's dying, he gets like a last ditch effort to like poke his eyes out. And which caused Omni-Man to slice this guy in two, right?
Yes.
With his hands. And I'm like, dang, this guy really just came back to life just to die. But it did serve a purpose because it was because of this fight and the fact that he was, you know, yelling, screaming, you betrayed us. that Mark finally realizes, like, yo, what is he talking about? Like, you know, he's putting two and two together, and that's where the episode ends.
Right. No, and
it ends with Mark. We need to talk.
Which was the name of the episode, by the way. We need to talk. There was so many great moments in this episode that I remember. There's a few friends that tell me about. Oh yeah, we're viewing Invincible, and they're like, you gotta. When you get to episode 7, tell me. And watching this episode and watching it back again today, I was like, man, there was so much urgency here. Like, we have to eliminate Omni-Man, Mark not knowing any of this stuff. The revival, like you mentioned, of Immortal, and he's and I like the stuff like when he was coming in and battling. And you know, you mentioned also too with Omni-Man, like you know, he wasn't. You know, he was getting his butt kicked. He was getting his Blue and Maximus kicked. But to be fair, he got blasted in this. He got like this what was coming from the sky.
They threw everything at this man.
He had so much going to get because it was urgent. We have to eliminate this guy. We have to like get this guy out of here. And Mark, because you want to protect his dad. He's a daddy boy and cool. I want to mention real quick. I thought the stuff with Cecil, as short as it was, I thought it was really cool. Some of the stuff he was doing, he kind of reminded me of it might be a like out there comparison. He remind me of Rick Sanchez from Rick and Morty, because he had the technology, the way he was like, there was a lot of that stuff that reminded me, because Rick is kind of untouchable. Meanwhile, every time Omni-Man was trying to like hit and attack Cecil, he would disappear. I mean, he would like transport from here to here to here to here, and I thought that was really cool because he would taunt him, and he knew he couldn't stand toe to toe with Omni-Man, but he would go like, I'm just trying to buy some time. Mm-hmm. And into that last time, Omni-Man was this close. I don't know if you say he was this close on grabbing him because he caught his tie.
Yeah.
And when Cecil went back to the area or the Hall of Fame or the League of Hall, whatever. Mm-hmm. They had his tie, and he was just like, ooh,
yeah, he got out just in the nick of time.
So I thought this was a really fun episode. I just want to say that I really thought this was the best episode, and I can't wait to do episode 8 with you guys next week. I mean, we're at the home stretch, and now we got to figure out another show. It's like we get a show, and then it's like, oh, it's another show.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I enjoyed the episode. If you enjoyed this episode of us talking about it, don't forget to leave us a like. We will be back next Saturday to talk about the final episode of Invincible. And also, don't forget, if you want to see some of my videos, I do have a YouTube channel by the same name, See the Superior. I'm coming out with a video tomorrow. So check that out at my YouTube channel. And again, join us next week. We're going to be talking more Invincible. Thanks for watching.
Don't we have something coming up with Disney?
Oh yeah, we're talking more Disney. We are finishing up the Disney Renaissance era, and we are going into villains. So we're talking about our favorite Disney villains next Tuesday. So join us for that right here on this channel, UPRE.
Oh, that's gonna be fun. So I guess that's pretty much we're just gonna call it a night. Thank you guys for joining us, and everyone be safe, be well, and thanks again. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.